Hey, it's Jill, and this video is going to be a June TBR. These are all of the books that I want to read in June. So to start off, we have the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. So we have the Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. And I've heard that these books are really easy to binge, so I feel like I'll be able to finish them pretty quickly. And I want to do a reading vlog of this series before the Amazon Prime show comes out, and I believe that's June 17th. So stay tuned for that video coming out soon. And I did read this in middle school, I think it was, but I don't remember at all what it was about. And I believe that it is a love triangle between the main girl and two brothers. So I think it's kind of a childhood friends to lovers situation that happens in this, but I'm really excited to read this series. Next, I want to read Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. My sister was telling me how she got this one from the library recently, so I want to read it as well so that we can talk about it together. So a mom who was in prison for 5 years is released and wants to reunite with her 5-year-old daughter. And the people that are in the daughter's life, though, aren't very welcoming and don't want her to be part of the child's life, other than the one bar owner of this restaurant in the town. Kind of a vague description, but I love Colleen Hoover books, so I'm excited for this one. And the next one I've actually had for a very long time, and this is Missing Sarah by Maggie DeVries, and it's her sister that actually writes this memoir. I read this book in one of my classes during undergrad, and I remember it being very good. It's quite emotional from what I remember. I don't exactly remember what the story was exactly, but it's about a girl named Sarah who goes missing in Vancouver and recounts her story of prostitution, violence, and drugs, and they use some of her journals that were later found to recount the story. This one's pretty short, so I don't think it will take too long, but I'm really excited to read this one. I don't usually read nonfiction, just because I prefer like fiction, romances, or thrillers or whatever. But this one, I just remember it being very emotional and very good, so I want to read this one again. Next, I don't have it yet, but I want to read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I recently finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so the Malibu Rising book is about one of the side characters in that book. It takes place all in the span of one day, which is really interesting to me, and the blurb doesn't say much, but pretty much there is a party that this very wealthy family is throwing, and by the end of the party, the house is burnt to the ground. So I guess it just goes through what happens and why the house burns down. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, so I'm eager to see how I like it. And the last book that is on my June TBR is The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan. And Katie Bellotti talked about this one on, I think it was her podcast, and she raved about it. She was reading it in her book club, so I thought it seemed really interesting. It's about this couple that seem like perfect, just from an outsider's perspective at least, but on the inside there is infidelity and a bunch of other problems with the relationship. And a therapist who actually lost their license is helping them and doing marriage counseling with them, just because the couple is so desperate to make their marriage work. And I think it's kind of a mystery too, because you're trying to figure out like why the therapist got their license taken away. I'm interested to see like why they like got their license taken away, but then also they're still like helping people and still doing counseling. So I'm really excited for that one as well, and that is another one that I actually have to purchase because I don't have it with me. But that is it for this June TBR. Maybe if I have the time to finish all of those ones, I'll have time to read some others as well. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and comment down below any book recommendations or video recommendations that you have for me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.